In this video, we are going to see how semi-structured search we can perform using relational schema. Okay, what do you mean by semi-structured search and how you are making use of it in relational schema, that we are going to see. Now, I am using relational schema, but what kind of search I am expecting here? Semi-structured search. Okay, means what? Here I am going to make use of JSON and XML. I am going to make use of JSON and XML. Now, semi-structured data is a data that is not containing a rigid schema. Okay, initially the table we have seen, in that table means everything was given systematically in the form of rows and columns. Okay, but here what we are doing, we are not mandatorily using a rigid schema. Okay, it is not a fully structured one, but still it is containing the attributes, markers to separate the elements, as well as it is capable of defining the relationships. Okay, now for example, listen, we are having XML. Now in XML what we are getting? We are getting the hierarchical structure using tag. You know, at the top level you will have one tag, then you will open another tag, like that. Okay, now the JSON is a form where you store the data in the form of key and value pair. JSON is a form generally where you will store the data in the form of key value pair. Okay, and generally for web services and for APIs you are using the JSON format. Then the most common used format is what? CSV files. That is for machine learning data set we are using, that is the CSV file, and that is strictly in the tabular form. Okay, and then the next one is what? No SQL data. That is in our MongoDB we are going for the no SQL data, means it will have a key value pair, or it may have a nested fields, unstructured fields, etc. Okay, so these are all the examples of your unstructured data. Now inside my schema, when I am going to make use of any of this form, then it becomes a unstructured data, that is a semi-structured data. Okay, and I am going to perform the information retrieval on this semi-structured data. How? Now listen, when you are going for JSON or XML format, then which database you are going to use? The database is a PostgreSQL database. Okay, means a PostgreSQL and MySQL. These are the two databases which will support semi-structured data types. Okay, now JSON, XML and text, these are allowing the semi-structured data type. Now let me see one example, then you will understand it. Okay, example using JSON. Create table products. Okay, now ID I am taking, that is a serial and that is my primary key. Then the next one is what? I am taking the varchar, and that is what the name I am taking as a varchar. Now attribute JSON B. Now for any product, many number of the attributes will be there. I am not going to list all those 10 attributes. I am going to store instead of that a pair, the key value pair. Okay, and that's why I am writing here the attributes will be by JSON B. So this table is storing the information about the product, where the attribute column is what? Semi-structured form. The first two are a proper rigid schema, that is the structured form, but the attribute is what? Semi-structured form, and it is containing the JSON data, that is what the product specification is given in semi-structured form using JSON data. How I can retrieve it? Okay, now select the name and attributes. Now attribute is of which type? JSON type. Now which attribute I want? Color. Then for that purpose, which operator I should use? Hyphen and greater than symbol. Okay, using that operator I can extract the value from the JSON data. Now listen, in JSON data I am having the key and value pair. Now what will be the key? Color. What will be the value? Whatever is the color, that will become the value. Okay, so that I want to retrieve, and which color I want to retrieve? Red. That is what I will specify in the where form. Okay. Now in the same way, whenever I go for the XML, in XML also you can have the same thing. Now initially for the attribute I have used JSONB. Now here for the details I am using the XML. So XML data is contained in the description like author and other metadata about my book. The remaining book attributes are stored in the hierarchical format using the XML tags. Okay. Now how I can extract it? Now again for extracting it I will use two backward slashes, okay, by giving a particular XPath, and the query retrieves the author from the details of XML column searching for the books where um, author name is what? John D. So like this you can have two semi-structured format, one is a JSON and second one is a XML, and those semi-structured format I will combine with my rigid schema and I will try to perform the information retrieval. Thank you.